Libra, October is a month of revelations. Okay, and it's your birthday season, so happy birthday to you. I'm taking, that's interesting. That's very interesting. I'm taking 3 cards for you to kick us off. I did a little meditation ahead of the reading, and all I got was lucky star. So I don't mind that a whole lot. I mean, what's wrong with that? But let's see how it pans out. So you get the path. So you are clearly on a path. The way forward is often revealed one step at a time. So it could be at the moment, as you're entering October, that you're feeling a little bit lost, or that you know something is kind of happening, but you can't see it and you can't see your way forward. Okay. Luckily, we also have the lighthouse. I love this card so much. A guiding light is only useful if you're willing to follow it. So the oracle card's a little bit bitchy there, you know, they're just saying, we're going to show you the way. Are you going to want to walk that path? Put these two together. Okay, so the light will be on, the light will be shining. That's what a lighthouse is, you know, it's for sailors so they don't crash on the rocks. It may not look or feel like you think it's going to look or feel. And also, you know that the path is saying this is revealed one step at a time. So as you enter October, you're not in possession of all the things you need to know. Okay, you're not in possession of all of the facts. I would say that there's something you have a feeling about, you've got a hunch about, you've got whatever your own way of knowing things, you know, a psychic buzz about, or a sign, or just a weird feeling in your water, but you haven't seen it yet. Then we get the wheelbarrow, which is about balancing the load. So progression is easier when you balance the load. Now you are Librans, you are represented by the sword of truth and by the scales. Okay, so just know that you are also, you're going to want to go really, really hard at something. Whether that's work, whether that's a relationship, whether that's whatever it is. Librans are grafters. You are organised. You do get on with things. But that might not be the secret to what you should do this month. Okay, it may be messier than that. I think it is. It feels messier than that to me. Let's take a couple of tarot cards for anything. What is it that we're sensing right now, okay, that we haven't seen, but we're having a sense of as Librans? What is it that we're sensing? And it's going to be out of this bit. Interesting. Yeah, that makes complete sense to me. 2 major arcanas as well. And we're going to look at the bottom of the deck in a sec. Okay, you get the Magician, first of all. Now, we're going to do your love reading in the second half of this reading. But for some of you, just to flag it up, this can be somebody you're having a situationship with, or you've got like a complex connection with somebody where it's a little bit smoke and mirrors in some way, or something you don't quite know yet. So just know that about the Magician. But can also be if you're dealing with somebody who is a bit foxy at work, and I don't necessarily mean attractive foxy, I mean kind of foxy, a bit sly. Magician isn't necessarily straight out sly, but the Magician dresses up and has a costume, and to some extent has a show and has a mask. You know, Magicians are usually not necessarily in disguise, but they are hidden in some way. Okay, so just know that someone you're dealing with, you don't know everything about them yet. We have the 5 of Wands. Yes. So there may be some miscommunication. So if this is work, and you're sending emails, or you're tempted to bitch about somebody at work on the WhatsApp group that you've got going on, you know what I mean? Prosecco o'clock, let's go. Don't put anything in writing this month that you wouldn't be happy with everybody seeing on the internet. There are just some times when it feels like a slippery knot, and I'm getting channeled like a slippery knot, and yeah, unless you got something good to say it like on the phone to your best mate. That's it. Don't write anything down. No kind of, I just wouldn't mix the work and the social in that way. Definitely not social media. Definitely not, you know, like if you're writing an email, be careful if you're copying people in or if you're trying to keep people out of it. Because, and the same goes for any WhatsApp groups. You know, don't confuse your WhatsApp group for the breakaway WhatsApp group, and let me know in the comments if this is resonating, because I feel like it is. It's very specific. Or if there's one person who's been lurking in the WhatsApp group but not commenting the whole time, but they've been reading the messages, that might slip your mind, okay? I've known of this in many instances from many people, because it's just one of those things, isn't it? It's technology. So, and we may look at it in terms of what it might mean if you're communicating with a lover. But at the moment, be squeaky clean. You know, you normally are, so it's not much to worry about, but just if you're tempted, and the temptation might come your way, you know, like, God, Brian was such an arse at the Teams meeting today, you know, that kind of thing. Just the way that it is when we're working in a place, and some of you I feel are working in a place where there's some hypocrisy going on, and it's frustrating, and it's good to vent, okay? But do it, you know, in person or in your own head, but just don't. It's the physical thing of writing it down that I'm talking about, so don't. Then we get the Hanged Man. Of course we get the Hanged Man, because this path is revealing itself to you bit by bit. That's really irritating. It can be, you know, if you're feeling impatient. Most Librans are pretty patient. Just looking at the bottom of the deck. Ooh, 6 of Cups. I think that might be to do with love. So I'm going to put that over there. Going to bookmark that for the love reading. Okay, so what can we do about it? What can we know? What can we do? What can we know? What can we do? Just love it. I mean, I'm glad I'm reading for Libra, because that card could really annoy you. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. Okay. Queen of Pentacles. Whenever we get the Queen of Pentacles, for me, this is the Queen of Velvet Waiting. That's what I call her. She's demure, she's elegant, she's very Libran. Okay, I know it's an earth sign card, but you and Taurus, you share Venus and you kind of share this card too. So this is you when you're poised, when you're just put together, you know? And do give me a like if that's you. Okay, just hit that like button, and also if this is resonating with you, do hit the hype button. I know, hype button, it is, if you're on your phone, you press, well, you go to the like button, you go like that, and you'll go past remix and all kinds of other crap that you never use, and then it will go hype, and you can hype this video. Please do hype this video if you like it, or if it resonates, just hit the hype button, and on the way down you can hit the like button as well. But this is you. This is you on a good day. This is you when you're kind of put together in that way that Librans are put together. My sister is a Libran. She's so much more put together. I'm a scruffy Piscean. She wears coats and scarves, and she knows how to fold the scarf. You know what I mean? You're going to know. Let me know very specifically now. Very specifically. We're getting Libran granular. Do you know how to fold a scarf? And I'm not talking the way I do it, which is either I have no scarf, or I just do that sort of school thing where it goes around once and then I strangle it, and I'm like, look like some kind of 10-year-old boy. can you do, you know, like the sort of, I don't even know what it is, but it fits in with a V-neck. Or even, you know, you can wear a pashmina and it goes flump over your shoulder. I can't do any of that, but I think Librans can, and I need to know the answer, so let me know in the comments. So here you are with your scarf beautiful, Queen of Pentacles, maybe you've got pashmina on, you know, autumn colours put together, some statement earrings, that kind of thing. Nothing, doesn't matter if you are absolutely torn up inside, to the exterior Libra, you are golden, okay? Three of Cups, your besties, your friends, your work colleagues, your work wife or husband, and let me know if you've got one because I'm dying to know. They're with you, okay? This can be people online, people in WhatsApp, your forums, your angels, whoever, they're with you. You have the support, draw on the support, and be the support for others. There's a lot more teamwork and loyalty than you think, okay? And remember, with the Six of Cups, this is also loyalty. It's the childhood sweetheart card. Also, I'm just going to throw in randomly that I think this is a month where you're going to get kind of people popping up on Facebook, or people just dropping into your DMs, sending you texts or whatever, who are kind of important to you from the past for some reason or another. Could be very random. Or you hear news like your old teacher died, or so-and-so had a baby, or just something. There's a lot of that Six of Cups going to the past, you know, sort of hometown feeling. And then we get the Page of Cups. Very, very, very nice card to get. This can be an apology. And it does feel like it might, maybe not like a full-blown, oh my God, I'm sorry, but a sort of making up for lost ground, you know? Saying sorry without saying sorry is what I get, but it's still good to receive. So I like to see that. So if you're thinking of sending that angry email, don't. If you're thinking of bitching on the work WhatsApp, don't. If you're thinking of doing your usual stuff and turning out really good and being quite demure and no one can really quite tell what you're thinking with a little bit of an air of mystery, do. Shall we look at your love life? Yes, we shall. We shall. So there will be an extended love reading. If this really, really resonates, it will be the first link in the description box. I'm just going to move. I've been using that on the daily, Libra. It looks like something you would like. The Literary Almanac. It's all stuff about what you can read. And how do you deal with autumn, Libra, as well? I asked Taurus this. Do you do all that cozy autumn stuff? Do you change the linen? All that sort of thing? Let me know. Have you got pumpkin latte, smelly candles? I'm getting quite into that at the moment. Okay. Oh, hello, hello. Straight out with the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, I like as a love card. I got my moon in Capricorn, so that probably helps. But if you think of kind of limerence and things being a bit waffy and a bit yay, and a bit Six of Cups, a bit sort of longing, childhood sweetheart, and this is what I call the meat and potatoes card. Wet tights on the radiator, have you fed the dog, you know, comfortable companionship, loyalty, living together, being on the same team, it being not the glitter and unicorns, but the really kind of, I don't know, cozy and warm and fuzzy and nice, and I like it, and realistic. Well, that's a damn good start. I know it's not fashionable to be saying, you know, this is somebody that you could really sit and watch. Well, I don't know. I mean, I always think, can I sit and watch Gilmore Girls? That's my what they call my Roman Empire. But if not that, could you sit and watch Gilmore Girls while they're watching whatever they're watching with their headphones on, but the dog sat between you and it just feels nice? You know, that's what the Ten of Pentacles is. Which, let's face it, that's where it all ends up. Love that you get this, the Empress. This is you, Venus, the Venusian Libran. You are in your feminine and it's going to be noticed. Feminine energy, Empress energy. Empress energy, it ties in very well with the Queen of Pentacles. She is not to be sniffed at. Just because she's not the Emperor and given it a load of here's my big sword, she has equally as much power, the Empress. She doesn't get off the chair. It's very rare, apart from in the Mythic Tarot, which is that one, where she's Demeter, the goddess of crops. So she's flouncing around in a fantastic dress out in the field. That's one of the rare times, because I've got a lot of tarot decks, that you're going to see the Empress get out of her seat. Because she doesn't need to. She doesn't get off the throne for many people. But she still gets what she wants. So guess what? They have to bring it to her. And there's the hint, Libra. If they want it, they'll have to bring it. There is a steely backbone to this. There is boundaries, and boundaries have been your thing for the whole of this year. There's boundaries and there's a lot of, you know, strong inner core, but on the outside, you're fluffy and marshmallow-like. But you're not getting off your chair. If they want it, they'll have to bring it. I'm going to write this down. And you should too. Put it in the comments. If you are dealing with some dusty ass person who thinks that you need to get off the throne and bring it to them, they can think again. If they want it, they have to bring it. Well, I'm liking the way this is going. Librans sometimes can be too polite. You know that about yourself. So this is not saying that you need to flick the switch and just, you know, chew cud, spit on the ground and start cursing at people. That's never going to happen. You tie those things in a thing, your scarf thing, you know, you have belts on your coats. My sister has belts on her coats. Her clothes are tailored. She makes her own clothes. Yes. Just because you are feeling what I think is, it's not so much power. I don't know what the word is for it. It's like a force, a Venusian, Venusy force. So it doesn't come out in the way you would expect it to. Okay? So know it when it hits you, because you're going to feel, it's going to be in a little way. You're just going to feel in your feminine. You're going to feel everything needs to be soft, that you want to feel comfortable, that you're not getting off your freaking chair, that you are, you know, like this Queen of Pentacles, that you don't need to start getting sweaty or thinking too hard. It's kind of, I suppose, being in your feminine energy and being in a receiving mode, but you're in a very activated receiving mode, which in itself is giving off kind of strong vibes. It's powerful. And then you get the Star. Absolutely love that you get this, because this is like your North Star. What is guiding you? What do you wish for? What is your manifestation? So if you're doing any journal work, if you're doing any vision board, again, it's that feeling that you're ready to receive. And that's what manifesting is. It's not, can I drag this down? Can I draw this in? It's, can I radiate self-love and self-worth and be that magnetic that things are drawn to me? with no effort. Oh my God, I'm loving the cards you're getting. With no real effort on my part. It's kind of effortless, but it's also a lifetime of alignment and work that went into it. You know what it's like when somebody plays a musical instrument or something, and like the violin especially, things like that. They do it and it just looks so effortless, ice skating, all that. And of course it isn't. There is so much drilling and grafting and ugly shit that's gone into doing it. But then they're like a swan, you know, like this underneath. Have you ever seen a swan taking off? It's like that. But you see a swan gliding across the river and it's like a ballet dancer. You're the swan. Judgment. Now, we got Judgment, we've got the Six of Cups. We're tooting the horn of the ex. You may not want it, that's fine. It may be all kinds of weird stuff, but I've got to flag it up, because if I get the Six of Cups and I get Judgment, that is a blast from the past, and we already had that from before with the Six of Cups. It's not enough when it's just the Six of Cups for me to think an ex could rear their head. But if Judgment comes out as well, be on the lookout for it. I don't know if this is something you want or something you don't. If it's something you do want, don't get off the chair for it. They can come to you. They can come to you. They know where you are. We also get this lovely card, the Six of Swords. So you will have an opportunity to move beyond communication difficulties, to mend some things that may have been out of line, you did have, I think, the Five of Wands, yeah, with the Magician. And do you remember we were talking about it could be to do with your love life as well. There could be someone who's a bit where you're in a connection with them. It can be a situationship. It can be a God knows what ship, you know, the good ship lollipop. I don't know, whatever it is. But you get an opportunity if you want it. You don't have to want it. You can dodge it. You know, the Empress can ignore. She can sit and ignore, and she can not admit, you know. Do I gain admittance to the room? No. You know, you decide that depending on what is your North Star, what is your heart's desire. You're in the driving seat, but the driving seat is pink and poofy and squishy and gorgeous. And you might be having some marshmallows in it or whatever. I don't like marshmallows, but what would I be having? God, I don't eat chocolate these days. God, I wish I did. And if I did, it would be a toss-up between, it would be booja truffles. There you go. What would yours be? So now we get the Six of Swords, where you don't always get to iron everything out of the communication. It's not like now we are completely and utterly compatible, you know? Doesn't work like that. But you do get to unravel the kinks, and you do get to find a level playing field, enough that you kind of take the swords with you, which they don't show in this. This is the Sarsaparilla Tarot, and they don't show the normal thing that is on the Six of Swords in the Rider-Waite decks, which is that, and also in that deck, where you go on the boat, but the Six Swords come with you. It's like wherever you go, there you are. So it's not like everything is magically fixed, but the path reveals itself one step at a time, okay? And then you get Temperance. You've got gorgeous love cards here, Libra. I love this. You have an opportunity to find something real. You can press the reset button if you want to on something that had gone wrong in the past. You can call people out if you need to, but only not necessarily by calling them out, but by not rewarding. Let's say if someone comes back to you and says, you know, I've been thinking about you, or I miss you, but they're not being very clear about anything, you can afford to sit on that pink squishy chair and eat your marshmallows and ignore that, because that's not enough. If they say, I really want to talk to you about this, can we meet? Yeah, you may meet them if you want to, but you're not really taking another step in the direction of helping, okay? So, and for some of you, that hanged man that's there and the path revealing itself one step at a time is putting the brakes on something so you can really see and feel and know where you're at and where your North Star is. But once you discover it, if they want to join you on that journey and they want to walk alongside you on that path, they've got to get some shoe leather going, not you. I love this. I love this. If you like this, do hype the video or put a thumbs up. I'm going to go do the extended reading where we are going to look. I'm going to look into the Magician. I'm going to take some shadow cards to see where they're coming from. Is there something beneath the surface we don't know about that they're hiding, or that is just unfinished business, or is just something murky that we want to see? Okay, I'm going to look at the best way forward, how they feel about you, and just a general overview of the other side of this connection and how it links up with yours. I know, it's going to be interesting. So the link is at the bottom in the description box if you want to join me for that. See you on the other side. Namaste.